administration's banning Americans from loading popular video sharing at TikTok and limiting use of it because of national security concerns. Commerce Department announced on Friday the app's as of midnight on Sunday. TikTok will also not be able to receive system up which could affect its functionality, including slowing down the app, but the app current version will still work for American users over time. However, TikTok may stop working altogether. Talks are still underway among parties include software company Oracle and Walmart, up with a plan to rescue TikTok's more than 100 million users in the U.S. and 700 million globally. Parties have until November 12 to finalize a deal or the administration will fully ban TikTok. White House officials said the federal act will also limit the use of WeChat for transferring money or conducting payments inside the U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross said in a statement that the restrictions on TikTok arose from President Trump's executive order issued last month targeting the app will take effect on Sunday. Day actions prove once again that President Trump do everything in his power to guarantee our national security and protect Americans from the threats of the Chinese Communist Party, Ross said in a statement. TikTok in a state called the Trump administration's action unjust and out to fighting the order and support. In our proposal to the U.S. administration, we've already committed to unprecedented levels of additional transparency and accountability well beyond what other apps are willing to do, including third-party audits, verification of code security, and U.S. government oversight of U.S. data security. A TikTok spokesman said further, an American technology provider would be responsible for maintaining and operating the TikTok network in the U.S. would include all services and data serving U.S. consumers. Kirsten Martin, professor of technology ethics at the University of Notre Dame, said the Trump administration's enforcement action will not do much to address any national security concerns White House officials have with the Beijing-owned TikTok. TikTok was never a national security risk. In many ways, an app like TikTok is better than most apps in that don't sell user data to third parties. That actually may end when Oracle get involved given their work in digital marketing, Martin said. Also starting Sunday, it will become illegal to provide internet hosting and other network services for WeChat. WeChat users launched a legal challenge to block the order before it took effect, but that is now moot, according to the federal judge in the case. U.S. District Judge Laurel Beeler, however, said she would hold an emergency hearing on Friday on the future of suit. TikTok is owned by ByteDance, a messaging and social media app that also lets users deduct payments. Is owned by Tencent. Under terms of service, user data can be shared with ByteDance. That has made officials in Washington worry about the possibility of China gaining access to U.S. user data. The amount of data TikTok collects on Americans is on par with what other apps collect, including ones owned by Facebook and Google. Alex Demos, Facebook former chief security officer, told NPR in an interview that Trump citing what is allowed to be on the phones of Americans is reminiscent of actions undertaken by China's authoritarian government has a firm grip on what information that citizens can access online. It's a very dangerous precedent and around the world that United States is acting like the Chinese do. In a democracy, we should have rules that are fairly applied and adjudicated by the judicial branch, not just by the president. Demos said these are such platforms, so there's a lot of funny issues here. In the meantime, discussions among American investors over the future of TikTok are continuing behind closed doors. Trump peasants as Biden must lose a majority stake in TikTok, triggering a flurry of activity from U.S. companies interested in acquiring or partnering with the video sharing service. Oracle beat out Microsoft as the top U.S. suitor. The current proposal on the table from Oracle gave it a majority stake in TikTok, but ByteDance would retain a significant minority stake and also maintain a strong position on the company's board. It is not clear whether Trump will support the deal. Oracle has eyes on Larry Ellison. Oracle executive is one of the tech leaders in Silicon Valley who support the president. He held a fundraiser for Trump in February. TikTok 1,500 employees were worried Trump clamping down on the app would deprive them of their wages. But the administration recently clarified in a court filing that TikTok workers and anyone working for a subsidiary of ByteDance will not be affected by the August executive order. TikTok is challenging the order in federal court, arguing it deprives the company of due process. Nessa Pappas, TikTok's interim global chief, said Trump's ban will be bad for the tech industry. We invite Facebook and Instagram to publicly join our challenge and support our allegations, wrote her. This is a moment to cite our competition and focus on core principles like freedom of expression and process of law.